Welcome back to our channel, Rare Coins Collections, where we explore the hidden treasures of numismatics and dive deep into the world of rare and valuable coins. Today, we have an exciting journey ahead of us as we uncover the fascinating story of a coin that's often overlooked by many, but could be worth a lot more than you'd think: the 1974 Jefferson nickel. Yes, that's right, the humble 5-cent piece from the United States, minted in 1974, has a special place in the world of coin collecting. Stick around as we take a closer look at this iconic coin and its potential value. You won't believe how much it's worth today. Let's start by talking about the 1974 Jefferson nickel itself. The coin was minted during an important time in American history. The United States was experiencing a range of economic changes in the 1970s. After World War II, the nation had seen significant growth, but by the mid-1970s, the economy was facing challenges, including inflation and the aftermath of the Vietnam War. It's during this time that the U.S. Mint produced millions of these Jefferson nickels to keep up with the demand for coinage in daily transactions. The coin features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, on the obverse side. Jefferson, known for his pivotal role in the founding of the country and his contributions to the Declaration of Independence, was chosen as the face of the nickel in 1938. The reverse side, on the other hand, showcases Monticello, Jefferson's beloved Virginia estate, symbolizing his legacy and his connection to the American frontier. Now, you might be thinking, it's just a nickel. What could be so special about this 1974 version? Well, that's where things get interesting. While the 1974 Jefferson nickel was minted in large quantities, just like most coins, it has some unique characteristics that make certain variations particularly rare and valuable. It's important to note that the value of any coin is heavily influenced by its condition, rarity, and any potential minting errors or unique features that set it apart from the standard issue. One of the key factors that makes some 1974 Jefferson nickels especially valuable is the mint mark. The United States Mint operates multiple facilities, and each coin is stamped with a mint mark to indicate where it was produced. The three primary mint marks for U.S. coins are the D for the Denver Mint, the S for the San Francisco Mint, and no mint mark for coins produced at the Philadelphia Mint. So, why does this matter for the 1974 Jefferson nickel? Well, the value of a coin can dramatically shift depending on where it was minted, and some mint marks are far rarer than others. The most valuable 1974 Jefferson nickels are the ones with certain minting errors or rare features that were produced in limited quantities. These minting errors are like hidden treasures in the coin world. Whether it's a double die, a die crack, or an off-center strike, such anomalies make a coin unique, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for them. Even the slightest imperfection in the coin's design can increase its value, especially if it's from a rare year or mint. Now, let's discuss the condition of the coin. As with any collectible, the condition of the coin plays a massive role in determining its value. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state, with the highest grades, often referred to as MS mint state, being the most valuable. A coin in mint state, or close to it, means that it has been well preserved and shows little to no signs of wear. The better the condition of your 1974 Jefferson nickel, the higher its potential value. Another factor that drives up the price of these coins is the collector's demand. Coin collectors and investors alike are always searching for rare, high-quality coins to add to their collections. The 1974 Jefferson nickel, especially in excellent condition or with a rare minting error, can draw considerable attention from collectors worldwide. A coin that may seem commonplace to the average person could actually be a hidden gem to a dedicated numismatist. So, what's the actual value of a 1974 Jefferson nickel? If you have a regular, uncirculated version of the coin from that year, it might not fetch much more than its face value of 5 cents. However, things get really interesting when you look for rare versions of the 1974 nickel. Coins with minting errors, such as a double die or unique mint marks, can be worth far more than you'd expect. Some collectors have reported paying a few $100s for these special coins, especially if they are in top-notch condition. But here's the big reveal: The 1974 Jefferson nickel can be worth an incredible $55,000 under the right conditions. Yes, that's right, $55,000. Imagine stumbling across one of these in your coin collection or finding it hidden away in an old jar of loose change. Coins with extremely rare minting errors or those in perfect mint condition have fetched such prices at auction. These coins are so highly sought after that they can command a price well beyond what most people would expect from a simple 5-cent piece. So, what does this mean for you? If you have a 1974 Jefferson nickel, especially one that seems a little unusual or stands out in some way, it could be worth investigating further. Have it graded by a professional to assess its condition and check for any potential minting errors. Even a small imperfection or unique characteristic could mean big money in the world of coin collecting. Today, we have a truly fascinating coin to discuss: the United States 5-cent Jefferson nickel from 1964. While many of us might have seen these coins in our change over the years, what you might not know is that some of these seemingly ordinary nickels are worth far more than their face value. In fact, if you've ever come across a 1964 Jefferson nickel, it could be a hidden gem worth thousands, or even tens of thousands of dollars. Stick around, because by the end of this video, we'll reveal just how much these coins are truly worth, and you won't believe the price. Let's start with a bit of history. The Jefferson nickel, which was first introduced in 1938, was designed by artist Felix Schlag. It was meant to honor Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, and to symbolize his legacy and importance to the nation. On the obverse side of the coin, you'll see a portrait of Jefferson himself, while the reverse side features a depiction of his iconic home, Monticello, located in Virginia. This coin has been a staple of U.S. currency for decades, but today, we're focusing on the 1964 version, a year that holds particular significance for collectors. 1964 was an important year for many reasons. The United States was in the midst of a decade of change. President Lyndon B. Johnson had taken office after the assassination of John F. Kennedy in 1963, and the country was involved in the escalating Vietnam War. But when it comes to coins, 1964 is also significant because it marks the end of an era for U.S. coinage, particularly in terms of the metals used. It was the last year that the U.S. Mint used silver in the production of certain coins like the quarter and half dollar. This means that coins minted in 1964 are often seen as having a special place in American coinage history. But what makes the 1964 Jefferson nickel stand out in the world of coin collecting? While the coin itself is not particularly rare, there are a few unique characteristics and conditions that can cause its value to skyrocket. So let's dive deeper into the factors that determine the worth of a 1964 Jefferson nickel, and why some of them can fetch such high prices. First, let's talk about the condition of the coin. As with any collectible, the state of preservation is crucial. A coin in excellent condition, with little to no wear and tear, is far more valuable than one that has been heavily circulated. Coins are graded on a scale that ranges from poor to mint state, and those that fall closer to the mint state category, or even higher, can see a significant boost in value. This means that if you have a 1964 Jefferson nickel that's still in pristine, uncirculated condition, you might just be holding on to a valuable treasure. But even beyond condition, there's another factor that can make the 1964 Jefferson nickel incredibly valuable: the mint mark. U.S. coins are produced at different mints across the country, and each coin is stamped with a mint mark that indicates where it was made. The 1964 Jefferson nickel could have been minted in one of three locations: the Philadelphia Mint, the Denver Mint, or the San Francisco Mint. Coins minted in different locations can carry varying degrees of rarity, especially if the coin was part of a lower mintage or a special batch. In the case of the 1964 Jefferson nickel, the most valuable ones are often those that were minted in San Francisco. While the Philadelphia and Denver mints produced the majority of these coins, the San Francisco Mint produced a much smaller quantity of them, making those with the S mint mark particularly sought after by collectors. Now, let's talk about errors. Minting errors are one of the most exciting aspects of coin collecting. The 1964 Jefferson nickel is no exception. During the minting process, occasional mistakes can happen, and when they do, those coins become highly coveted by collectors. Errors could include misprints, double strikes, off-center impressions, or other unique characteristics that make the coin stand out from the rest. These errors often result in a dramatic increase in value, with some rare error coins fetching thousands, or even tens of thousands of dollars, depending on the severity and uniqueness of the error. If you have a 1964 Jefferson nickel with an unusual feature or an error, it could be worth significantly more than a regular nickel. Some error coins have been known to sell for prices that defy expectations, turning what seems like a simple mistake into a goldmine for collectors. So, how much could a 1964 Jefferson nickel be worth? While most of the coins are still worth only a few cents, often just their face value or a bit more for those in excellent condition, the rare ones, particularly those with minting errors, unique characteristics, or those minted in San Francisco, can be worth an astonishing amount. In fact, the most valuable 1964 Jefferson nickels can sell for as much as $60,000. Yes, you heard that right, $60,000 for a single 1964 Jefferson nickel, if it's in the right condition and has the right characteristics. Imagine finding a 1964 Jefferson nickel in your collection, in perfect condition, with a rare mint mark or an error. That's the kind of discovery that coin collectors dream of. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just someone who has a few old coins lying around, it's worth taking the time to inspect your 1964 Jefferson nickels. You could be sitting on a hidden treasure worth far more than you ever expected. So, if you've got one of these coins in your collection or even come across one in your spare change, don't just pass it by. Take a close look at its condition, check for any minting errors or unusual features, and research its mint mark. You could be holding on to a valuable piece of American history that could bring you a small fortune. Today, we're exploring a coin that many might overlook, but it holds hidden treasure for those who know where to look, the 1985 Jefferson nickel. This seemingly ordinary 5-cent coin has a history and rarity that could make it worth far more than you ever imagined. In this video, we'll take you on a journey through the world of the 1985 Jefferson nickel, uncover its value, and discover why this small coin might just be the key to a huge payday. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll be shocked at how much this coin could fetch. Let's start by setting the scene. The 1985 Jefferson nickel was minted during a relatively quiet period in American history, with the country experiencing economic stability and growth following the turbulence of the 1970s and early 1980s. Ronald Reagan had just entered his second term as president, and America was moving through a time of strong consumer confidence and prosperity. But what does this have to do with a 5-cent coin? Well, while the year 1985 might not seem particularly significant on the world stage, it plays an important role in the world of coin collectors. The Jefferson nickel, which has been in circulation since 1938, features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, on the obverse side of the coin. Jefferson, who is remembered for drafting the Declaration of Independence and for his role in expanding the nation through the Louisiana Purchase, has long been an important figure in American history. On the reverse side of the coin, we see Monticello, his famous Virginia estate, which serves as a lasting tribute to Jefferson's legacy and contributions to the nation. Now, when we look at the 1985 Jefferson nickel, we see a coin that, at first glance, might seem like just another run-of-the-mill 5-cent piece. After all, the mint produced hundreds of millions of these coins that year, and they circulated widely in day-to-day transactions. However, the value of a coin is never determined by its mere circulation. It's all about the details that make it stand out from the rest. And that's where things get interesting. Let's start with the most obvious factor, the condition of the coin. In the world of coin collecting, the condition of a coin is of paramount importance. A coin in pristine, uncirculated condition is far more valuable than one that has been worn down by years of use. Jefferson nickels, especially those minted in 1985, were circulated widely, meaning that most of the coins you come across will likely show signs of wear. But what if you happen to have one that has been well preserved, with no visible scratches, dents, or discoloration? That coin could be a valuable find. Coins are graded on a scale, with the highest grade being mint state, or MS, meaning the coin is in perfect condition with no signs of wear. Coins that achieve this grade are highly sought after, as they are the closest thing to a brand new coin. If you happen to find a 1985 Jefferson nickel that is in mint state condition, it could be worth significantly more than its face value of 5 cents. Now, let's talk about another important factor that can affect the value of a 1985 Jefferson nickel: mint marks. The U.S. Mint operates multiple minting facilities across the country, and each facility marks its coins with a mint mark to indicate where they were produced. The 1985 Jefferson nickel could have been minted in one of several locations: Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. These mint marks, P, D, or S, are important because they can help determine the rarity of a coin, and in some cases, they can even make a coin more valuable. In the case of the 1985 Jefferson nickel, the most common mint marks you'll find are P for Philadelphia and D for Denver. However, the coin minted in San Francisco, which was primarily used for proof coin sets, is much rarer. Proof coins are specially minted with a higher level of care and precision, and they are intended for collectors, not for circulation. These proof coins often have a mirror-like finish and are far more desirable to collectors, which drives up their value. But wait, there's more. When it comes to coin collecting, one of the most exciting aspects is the possibility of finding a coin with a minting error. Minting errors occur when something goes wrong during the coin's production, and these errors can create unique coins that are worth far more than the standard issue. For example, you might find a 1985 Jefferson nickel with a doubled die, where part of the design is repeated or blurry due to an error in the engraving process. Other types of errors might include off-center strikes, die cracks, or unusual features that make the coin stand out. Collectors go wild for error coins because they are so rare and one of a kind. A coin with a minting error can be worth many times its normal value, depending on the rarity and significance of the error. So, if you happen to come across a 1985 Jefferson nickel with an interesting or unusual feature, it's definitely worth having it evaluated by a professional to see if it might be an error coin. Now, you might be wondering, just how much can a 1985 Jefferson nickel be worth? Well, while most 1985 nickels are worth only their face value or a few extra dollars if they're in excellent condition, there are some extraordinary exceptions. If you happen to have a 1985 Jefferson nickel in perfect, uncirculated condition, particularly one minted in San Francisco or with a rare minting error, you could be looking at a coin that's worth a small fortune. The most valuable 1985 Jefferson nickels, those with rare mint marks, exceptional condition, or minting errors, have been known to sell for up to $70,000. Yes, you read that correctly. $70,000 for a single 1985 Jefferson nickel. That's a mind-blowing amount for a coin that many people wouldn't think twice about tossing into their change jar. Imagine stumbling upon one of these hidden gems in your collection, or even finding it in a pile of loose change. It's enough to make any coin collector's heart race. So, if you have any 1985 Jefferson nickels sitting around, it's worth taking the time to inspect them closely. Check for mint marks, evaluate the condition, and look for any signs of errors. It could mean the difference between holding on to a regular nickel and discovering a rare coin that could fetch you tens of thousands of dollars. Today, we've got a very special piece of American currency to discuss: the 1991 Jefferson nickel. At first glance, it might seem like just another ordinary 5-cent coin, but don't be fooled. This seemingly simple nickel could be worth far more than you think. In fact, there's a chance it could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. Stick with us, because by the end of this video, we'll reveal just how much this particular nickel could actually fetch in today's market, and you won't believe your eyes when you hear the number. To begin, let's set the stage. The 1991 Jefferson nickel was produced during an interesting period in American history. The country was enjoying a relatively stable economy, following the end of the Cold War and the beginning of the modern technological boom. Bill Clinton had recently been elected as the 42nd President of the United States, and the country was shifting towards a more information-driven economy. However, as we'll see, the 1991 Jefferson nickel isn't just a reflection of the times. It also holds unique qualities that make it special in the world of numismatics. The Jefferson nickel has been a part of American coinage since 1938, and over the years, it has undergone several design changes. On the obverse of the coin, you'll find the well-known portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States. Jefferson is remembered for his role in drafting the Declaration of Independence and for his influence in expanding the United States through the Louisiana Purchase. He's one of the most iconic figures in American history, and his image on the Jefferson nickel is a tribute to his lasting impact on the nation. On the reverse side of the 1991 Jefferson nickel, you'll find Monticello, Jefferson's beloved estate in Virginia. This design has been a staple of the coin since its introduction in 1938, and it continues to symbolize the historical significance of Jefferson's contributions to American society. The Monticello building, with its distinctive dome and columns, represents not only Jefferson's home but also his vision for the young country and his commitment to education, architecture, and democratic ideals. Now, what makes the 1991 Jefferson nickel stand out in the world of coin collecting? To most people, the 1991 nickel might just look like a regular 5-cent piece that was part of regular circulation. After all, millions of these coins were minted that year, and they were used in everyday transactions. So, why is this particular coin worth so much in some cases? The answer lies in a few key factors, including the coin's condition, the mint mark, and the possibility of rare minting errors. Let's dive into each of these aspects to uncover what makes the 1991 Jefferson nickel so valuable. Let's start with the coin's condition. Like all coins, the state of preservation plays a huge role in determining value. A coin that's been well cared for, free from scratches, nicks, or heavy wear, is far more valuable than one that's been in constant circulation for years. In the world of coin collecting, coins are graded on a scale, with the highest grade being mint state, or MS. This grade is given to coins that have no signs of wear and are as close to new as possible. If you happen to have a 1991 Jefferson nickel that is in mint state, you're looking at a much more valuable coin than one that's been heavily circulated. Coins in uncirculated condition can fetch much higher prices on the market, so it's always worth checking the state of your coins. However, it's not just about condition. The mint mark is another crucial factor when it comes to determining the value of a coin. Mint marks are small letters stamped on the coin to indicate where it was produced. The 1991 Jefferson nickel could have been minted in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco, and the mint mark can tell you a lot about the coin's rarity. Philadelphia minted coins are usually marked with a P, while Denver coins are marked with a D, and San Francisco coins are marked with an S. For collectors, the San Francisco mint mark is often the most desirable, as it was used for proof coins, which are specially minted for collectors and have a higher quality finish compared to regular circulation coins. Proof coins from the San Francisco mint were made with special care and precision. They are often distinguished by their mirror-like surface and sharp, clean details. These proof coins are often much rarer than regular circulation coins and can be highly sought after by collectors, especially those who specialize in proof coinage. So, if you happen to find a 1991 Jefferson nickel with an S mint mark in pristine, uncirculated condition, it could be a real treasure. Next, let's talk about minting errors. Minting errors are one of the most exciting aspects of coin collecting. These are the coins that didn't come out exactly as planned, often due to a mistake in the minting process. A minting error can take many forms. Maybe the design is misaligned, or the coin is double-struck, or perhaps there are unusual die marks or colorations. These errors can turn an ordinary coin into a highly coveted collectible. In the case of the 1991 Jefferson nickel, if you happen to come across one with a noticeable error, such as a double die or a misstruck image, it could be worth far more than a regular coin. Errors occur because the minting process isn't always perfect, and when a mistake happens, it creates a coin that is unique. Error coins are extremely rare, and collectors go to great lengths to find them. If you have a 1991 Jefferson nickel with a minting error, you could have a coin that's worth thousands of dollars, especially if the error is significant or unusual. So, how much is a 1991 Jefferson nickel really worth? While most 1991 Jefferson nickels are worth only a few cents, some of them, especially those in uncirculated condition or with rare mint marks and minting errors, can be worth a whole lot more. In fact, a 1991 Jefferson nickel in perfect condition, with the right mint mark or a rare error, could be worth up to $78,000. Yes, you heard that right, $78,000 for a single coin. Imagine finding that tucked away in your collection or even in your pocket change. That's a life-changing amount of money for something as simple as a nickel. If you have any 1991 Jefferson nickels, now is the time to take a closer look at them. Inspect the mint mark, check the condition, and see if you can spot any unique features or errors. It could be the key to unlocking a hidden treasure worth far more than its face value. Today's video is for you. We're going to take a deep dive into a coin that might just be sitting in your collection or hiding in a jar of loose change right now, the 1971 Jefferson nickel. You might think it's just another 5-cent coin, but trust me, this little nickel could be worth far more than you'd ever expect. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll be amazed at how much this 1971 Jefferson nickel could fetch in the world of coin collecting today. Let's take a moment to set the stage. The year 1971 was a significant one in both the United States and around the world. In the U.S., the economy was undergoing major changes, and President Richard Nixon was in the midst of his first term. It was a time of transformation for the country, but as far as coins go, 1971 marks a subtle but important chapter in American numismatic history. That's because in 1971, the U.S. Mint produced a substantial number of Jefferson nickels, making it a key year for collectors. But what sets the 1971 Jefferson nickel apart from other coins minted in that era, and what could make it valuable in today's market? Let's start with the design of the coin itself. The Jefferson nickel has long been one of the most iconic coins in the United States, and the 1971 version carries the familiar designs that have become synonymous with this denomination. On the obverse, we see a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States. Jefferson is one of the most influential figures in American history, and his image on the coin serves as a tribute to his leadership, vision, and contributions to the country. As the author of the Declaration of Independence and the mastermind behind the Louisiana Purchase, Jefferson's portrait on the coin holds deep historical significance. On the reverse of the 1971 Jefferson nickel, we find the depiction of Monticello, Jefferson's iconic home in Virginia. Monticello is not only a personal symbol for Jefferson but also represents his love for architecture, science, and education. For collectors, the Monticello design on the nickel is instantly recognizable, and it's become a cornerstone of the Jefferson nickel series. It's a design that hasn't changed since the coin's introduction in 1938, and its beauty and symbolism continue to captivate numismatists today. But here's where things get interesting. The 1971 Jefferson nickel may seem like just another typical coin from the 1970s, but it has some hidden characteristics that make it especially valuable in the world of coin collecting. Let's talk about the most important factors that could increase its value: the coin's condition, mint mark, and any potential minting errors. First, let's talk about the condition of the coin. The most valuable coins are often those that have been preserved in excellent condition. A coin that has been well taken care of and remains free from heavy scratches, dents, or discoloration will almost always be worth more than a coin that has been worn down from years of circulation. For coin collectors, a coin's grade is of utmost importance, and coins are graded on a scale ranging from poor to mint state, MS. Mint state coins are those that show no signs of wear and are as close to perfect as possible. So, if you have a 1971 Jefferson nickel that's still in pristine, uncirculated condition, you could be holding on to something of great value. However, condition is just one piece of the puzzle. The mint mark also plays a critical role in determining the value of a coin. Mint marks are small letters stamped on a coin to indicate where it was produced. For the 1971 Jefferson nickel, there are two potential mint marks to look out for: D for Denver and P for Philadelphia. coins with the D mint mark are generally more common, but it's the coins with the P mint mark that tend to be more sought after by collectors, as these coins are typically rarer than those produced in Denver. That's not to say the D mint mark coins aren't valuable. There are still many collectors who seek out these pieces, but coins with the Philadelphia P mint mark are often more desirable. Now, here's where the real excitement begins: minting errors. Minting errors are one of the most thrilling aspects of coin collecting because they can turn a common coin into a highly valuable treasure. A minting error happens when something goes wrong during the production of a coin. These errors can come in many forms. Sometimes, the coin may be struck twice, creating a double strike effect. Other times, the design may be misaligned, or the coin may have a die crack, which can cause part of the image to be damaged or incomplete. Minting errors are rare and unique, which is why they're so coveted by collectors. In the case of the 1971 Jefferson nickel, there have been reports of coins with die cracks, off-center strikes, and even some coins with unusual doubling in the design. If you happen to have a 1971 Jefferson nickel with one of these rare minting errors, it could be worth a considerable amount more than a standard, well-preserved coin. These error coins can sometimes sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on the nature of the error and the coin's condition. So, you may be wondering, how much could a 1971 Jefferson nickel actually be worth? While most of the 1971 Jefferson nickels are worth only a few cents in average condition, some of the rarer specimens have been known to fetch much higher prices. If you have a 1971 nickel in pristine, uncirculated condition or one with a rare mint mark, it could easily be worth several $100s or more. But the real kicker comes if you have a coin with a significant minting error. Coins with notable errors can see their value soar, with some rare specimens being worth tens of thousands of dollars. And now, for the moment you've been waiting for. The most valuable 1971 Jefferson nickels are those with the rarest characteristics, such as uncirculated condition, unique mint marks, and especially minting errors. These coins can command a staggering $84,000. Yes, you read that right, $84,000 for a single 1971 Jefferson nickel. That's right, one of these seemingly ordinary coins could turn out to be a hidden treasure worth a small fortune. So, the next time you come across a 1971 Jefferson nickel, make sure to inspect it carefully. If it's in great condition, has the right mint mark, or shows a minting error, you could be holding on to something that could change your life. It's amazing how a simple 5-cent coin, like the 1971 Jefferson nickel, could hold such incredible value. So, if you have any of these coins lying around or know someone who does, it might be worth your time to give them a closer look. As always, we recommend getting your coins appraised by a professional if you think you might have a rare find. Who knows? Your next coin might be the jackpot you've been waiting for. Thanks for watching today's video on the 1971 Jefferson nickel. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an exciting new discovery. Stay tuned for more, and happy collecting!